Hi, this is Justin Kurian from Reclaiming Christendom. Did you know since 2009 in Nigeria, over 125,000 Christians have been slaughtered and over 19,000 churches have been burned to the ground? Not a lot of people know this, and they're surprised when they find out. Let's take a look at what's going on. Nigeria actually has a population of over 239 million people, which makes it the sixth most populous country on the planet. This is very surprising to people. And this population is almost evenly divided between half are Muslims and half are Christians. Now, Nigeria is made up of 36 states total, but the problem is, in recent times, the 12 northernmost states have been taken over by extremist Muslim groups, and they've enacted Sharia law in these states, and the persecution of Christians has been very harsh. Before I continue, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. It helps our algorithm, and we can get this message out to a lot more people. So please take a moment to do that. Recently, you might have heard, but President Trump announced that Nigeria is now classified as a country of particular concern. Some people are wondering what this means. This is something that the U.S. government can do, the President and the Secretary of State, to any country which is actively and harshly persecuting religious people in that country. And President Trump and Secretary of State Rubio have just done that for Nigeria. Now, what does that mean? What that means is then the U.S. government can enact sanctions on that country. President Trump has said that he expects the Nigerian government to step in and stop these terrible persecutions. But if they do not, the U.S. will now sanction and stop all aid to Nigeria. And if that is not working and the Nigerian government is not doing anything, President Trump has said the U.S. government and the forces, military forces, will enter Nigeria with guns ablazing. So who is committing all this violence against Christians? Who's doing this? There are basically three groups in Nigeria doing this. The first is Boko Haram, which a lot of you might have heard of. They started most of their persecutions in 2009. A lot of you might have remembered the school bus incident where 300 Nigerian girls, school children, were abducted on the school buses by Boko Haram, and most of them were killed or sold into sex slavery. A horrific, horrific incident. The second group is the Islamic State West African Province. This is a group that is also persecuting Christians, and they're working often with Boko Haram. And the third group are the Fulani militants. Now, what is the goal of all these groups? The goal is very simple. It is not complicated. They want to turn Nigeria into an Islamic state. That's it. That's the goal. No other religions will be allowed to be freely practiced. There'll be the persecution of women and more and beyond. So this is their goal. Obviously, something needs to be done. Think about it. Since 2009, over 125,000 Christians have been killed. 19,000 churches have been burned to the ground. 600 clerics have been killed. And now there's over 4 million Nigerian Christian refugees wandering the country without places to live or safe places to stay. This is a huge humanitarian disaster happening right now as you sit and watch this video. Now, it's good news that this is finally in the news. It's good you're watching this video and hearing about this. Remember, this has been going on since 2009. This isn't something that happened a few months ago. So the first step is having it in the news, and we're getting there. But the next thing that is expected is action. There needs to be action. You don't want this to hear about this and then put it on the shelf and forget about it. So the U.S. now expects the Nigerian government to step in and to stop this. The Nigerian government has the capabilities to do it. The U.S. government does not want to step in. They expect the Nigerian government to step in and take care of this. But if the Nigerian government does nothing about it, the US government has said they will step in to make this end and to protect the millions and millions of persecuted Christians. I look forward to hearing your comments. Please give us your comments on this situation, what you think about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We have more information and a lot more videos coming soon. Thank you, and God bless.